Hi everyone, I'm out here with the Scx24 and you might notice something a little off. See how wide that sits? Well, I actually decided to shell out the $30 for the wideners, the brass wideners, and I'll show you how they look compared to the stock ones. So first off, these are different. The stock nuts are 4mm. See if you can see that. I doubt you can. Anyways, they won't fit. These are actually 3/16, being they're made in America. So unscrew these, and you'll see the special nut to use these wideners. There it is. And these are machined very well. They're good quality. I will put a link in the description to where you can get these. There is one thing you have to do. You'll notice I have a rubber spacer right there, and I also moved my weight onto the knuckles and took it all out of the wheels because that's 7 grams right there, and I already had 7 grams in the wheels, and I don't want that much rotational weight, so these are the only rotational weight. Anyways, you got to put the spacer in because that holds your bearing in. You'll see with these, the stock hex has that little lip, and that actually goes and holds the bearing in place, whereas these don't have near as much of a lip. So huge improvement. It does stress the motor a little bit more, and it does stress the steering a little bit more, so you might want to make sure you have a better servo if you get these. Otherwise, I recommend them. They do awesome. I'm going to show you a little bit of how much better it side hills with these. And I'm not going to put the stock ones back on because we all know how the stock ones do. And I actually made a little obstacle just for this test, knowing I was going to get these. So, tighten this back down, and I will get this thing turned on and get going. You might notice the new stickers. I took some of these off, added that, and I also heated up the side of the body and bent it in a little bit so it looks a little more realistic to me. Now it's got this body on because I want it to be as close to stock as possible. Not everyone has a hard body, so we'll see how it does with this body. Alright, let's get going. So of course first we're going to start off with the side hill test. And you've seen this before if you watched my servo mod video. Watch how this thing does now. Now here's the side hill part. Try doing that stock. See, it side hills awesome now with the added width. I mean, it'll still flip if you're not careful, but it's much better than it was. So let's move on to some different stuff. Okay, so here's an area you've seen before, and I'm actually out as far as I can, which is even steeper than 60 degrees, which is where I did it last time. Let's see how this does, because I've got almost the same added weight on top of those. It's just on the axles now. I gotta get lined up here. Look at that. Now that's crazy steep. One thing it couldn't do last time is it could not go down without flipping. Ah, it still flipped. But that was more because I hit the front bumper on that little hump. Alright, so let's try some other familiar but hard lines. Here's one of the obstacles I mentioned. I made this before I got the spacers just to see, and I purposely made it so before the spacers it would just flip. There's no way it would make it. Oh, it's starting to fall apart on me, but see that? It would not have done that stock. I tried and made sure, and now it makes it easy, except the glue is falling apart. you'll notice it seems a little jerkier. That's because my motor is starting to wear out already. So Horizon did send me a new motor, but I'm not going to do nothing with it until the original motor actually quits. Hey, look at that, it made it. But interestingly, it does have something added on the wires. I'll have to show you guys in the next video. I didn't bring it out with me. Okay, one more line. I did this line when I unboxed it, so if you have not seen it, go to my unboxing video and you'll see just how much better it does here. Look at that. It does have a tiny bit less steering radius because of the wideners, but it's not enough to matter all that much. Okay, so we'll get that same line from a different angle. As you can see, the spacers are definitely worth it if you have the money and you want to make a huge difference. Even stock, I'm sure it makes a giant difference. So, yeah, that's it for this. If you like my videos, hit that thumb up. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you in the next one.